Hi there, this is Gary Ryan Blair with a great little message titled, How to Get Your Mojo Working. So if you want to turn your big ideas into universe-denting realities, well, you need to get your mojo working. You need to get emotionally invested in your goals. Emotions are part of the very thing that makes us human. Unfortunately, too many of us are emotionally detached, and we all pay dearly for it. This helps to explain why so many of our dreams, our projects, and great ideas never see daylight, and why many people live small and unfulfilled lives. See, the most powerful weapon on earth is the human soul on fire. Getting your mojo working, being emotionally invested is hardcore devotion to a person or cause. It infuses your life with meaning, with joy and enthusiasm. Passionate emotional investment is a desire in your heart. It's the fire in your belly. It's an indispensable virtue that is far more valuable than money, power, or fame. And whether the issues pertain to growing sales, adding greater value, focusing in on key results, embracing change, attracting talent, or raising your own performance, a passionate emotional investment is one of the greatest differentiators as it fosters commitment and determination. Passionate emotional investment reflects confidence, it spreads good cheer, it raises morale, inspires associates, it arouses loyalty, and it laughs at adversity. It's a compelling emotion that enables you to go to places that others are afraid to go, to try things that others are afraid to try, and to be the kind of person that others are afraid to be. The best part about it is it gives you the will to start, the strength to continue, and the sustaining power to overcome the greatest of obstacles and setbacks. See, throughout your life, there are guaranteed to be obstacles and difficulties to be met. And common sense will slow things down to investigate them, and creative thinking will suggest some ingenious ways of getting around them. And perseverance deliberately goes to work to dig underneath them. But a passionate, emotional investment to the outcome is the quality that boldly faces and leaps right over them. Now, you cannot overlook nor underestimate the relationship between perseverance and passionate emotional investment. Perseverance is the strong determination to move towards the achievement of a goal, a purpose. And passionate emotional investment is the fuel that drives perseverance. See, no virtue is safe that is not enthusiastic. And I repeat, no virtue is safe that is not enthusiastic. Apathy or emotional detachment is the enemy of passion. It is perhaps the worst of all evils. Far too many people go through life without making any effort to truly live it, to get that fire in their belly, to get fully committed and emotionally invested for enjoying life and for living it to the fullest. And the worst bankruptcy in the world is the person who is absent of their mojo, someone who's emotionally detached and who has lost their passionate soul. For the individual without emotional investment, life is irrational, it's unfulfilling, and for some, it's even hopeless. And the rootless individual is missing significant and goes through life like a blindfolded man in a strange room, playing a game of which he does not know the rules. Emotional detachment and apathy can only be overcome by emotional investment. This is one of those rules, without an exception. Emotional detachment is a killer of ideas, of hopes, and of dreams. And the world has no lack of good fights to fight, and it certainly has no lack of resources in order to solve our problems. What many lack is the burning desire and the enthusiasm to fight the fights and to solve those problems. And the potential to become emotionally invested and passionate is an inherent birthright that is demonstrated clearly by children. The most irresistible charm of children is their bubbling enthusiasm. Children who come fully under the spell of emotional investment see no darkness. They see no stop signs, no red lights, no speed limits. They're completely smitten and they forget that there's such thing as failure in this world. Children are easily excited as they have relatively few fears in expressing their emotional investment. They're turned on by an innate curiosity that stimulates learning, and when they learn, they can hardly contain themselves long enough to tell you about their new discoveries. What that tells us is that the secret of genius is to carry the spirit of the child into old age, which means never losing your enthusiasm. So what have you done with childlike enthusiasm this week, this month, or this past year? Far too many people act as though comfort and luxury were the chief requirements for a successful life, when all they really need to be happy is something to be emotionally invested in and passionate about. To engage in work that does not cultivate an emotional investment is completely unnatural, and it sabotages your spirit. You must love that which you do. Your heart must be in it. As without passion and a complete investment emotionally, you'll never work to your fullest ability, your potential, and your competitive greatness. The demands placed on every one of us requires that we bring all of who we are to the game. This actively engaged hearts and minds, unwavering commitment, laser focus, and relentless determination are all motivated by passion and excitement. Many factors contribute to creating an emotional investment in your work, and these include identifying what it means to be successful, transforming projects into exciting work, and defining that work in terms of heroic or as a noble cause. So what is most beautiful and sacred to you? What would you feel incomplete without? When you've identified that which brings you complete joy, your own unquenchable desire to achieve that goal will become your passion, the inner drive that turns your dreams into a shining reality. Few things are professionally more fulfilling than doing work that you're extremely good at, turned on about, and fully invested in. It's an incredible feeling when what you're good at and excited about enables you to make a contribution that truly adds value. The result is meaningful success. Now, deep down, we all want to be involved in work that matters, work that has meaning, that is memorable, and, if we're really lucky, work that changes the world. Compelling work stimulates an emotional investment in everyone. They're the things from which legends and legacies are made. So be mindful. If the project you're working on now is not fueling a powerful emotional investment, then what do? Well, you should transform it. You need to reframe it and redefine it until you fall in love with it. Now, that's a line worth repeating. If the project you're working on right now is not fueling a powerful emotional investment, you should transform it. You should reframe it. You should do everything in your power to redefine and fall in love with it. One of the deepest needs of human existence is to know that our lives count for something. Most people want to know that their gifts and their talents are being used to make a difference. And since work is so much a part of our lives, we want it to be meaningful. And to know that our work counts for something important is to know that we count. That's why mundane work is like a vampire that sucks the life out of people and leaves them feeling anonymous, alienated, and quite often defeated. They go home at the end of the day, emotionally drained and with little or nothing left to give to their loved ones. And those who truly get the passion bug, those who see the bigger picture and ultimately the value that they bring to the world, they do this by linking their individual contributions to a larger, nobler cause. It's the administrative assistant in a hospital who believes that she's actually part of saving people's lives. It's the photo developer who knows that she preserves people's memories, and it's the sailor who understands that the combat readiness of his ship strengthens peace negotiations. So when people establish a connection between what they do and changing the world for the better, heroism is the result. Everyone wants to feel heroic and noble about something because at the heart of heroism is meaning and significance. So what is the ultimate value you bring to the world? What is the heroic cause for which you fight? When you define your work as a cause, a movement worth fighting for, you will find that there is no height to which your spirit cannot rise. You'll also find that you've cultivated something that's extremely difficult to replicate, as passionate emotional investment is the ultimate competitive weapon. Every great accomplishment in life is the triumph of some great emotional investment. Great works are only produced when one is intoxicated with a passion for greatness. And unleashing your greatness is just one of the many important things that you'll learn once you begin the 100-Day Challenge. So check it out at 100daychallenge.com and make it the very next thing you do.